Raise 174 says, hey, is there an academic defense of the killing your cat explanation of hell? If you don't know what that is, I'll just say go check out, it was on one of the videos. I think it was last week's video. They think it's really bad, but we'll try to give it a fair shake. Someone wrote a legit paper. I don't know where a paper exists about that. It has come up quite a bit. In fact, when I was at Rethinking Hell in Seattle a couple of years ago, in a panel discussion, Chris Date even mentioned that he used to use this, but doesn't anymore. Because yes, as a conditional immortality advocate, he still believes that you will be dead everlastingly, and so it still works. But here is where I think people trip up with this. All right, you take a stair step of judgment, and what this is supposed to do is show you with your intuitions that it should say something about what your judgment should be for sinning against God. So you say, okay, what's the penalty for sinning against a cat, so to speak, by killing it? Okay, then what compare that to the penalty for sinning against a man by killing him, right? That makes a stair step. You see there that whatever the sin would have been, like we're using murder because it's the most obvious, or killing. Mm-hmm. But the point is to sin. Like whatever the sin would have been, it's just that we recognize that one. So you sin against a cat, you sin against a man, and what this is supposed to do is people will say, you don't kill God. I kill a cat, I kill a man, I don't kill God. So that doesn't even make any sense. Yeah. Well, the reason killing is used is just because it gets your intuition pump up there so you can see what we're saying with cats and humans. But what you still got, what you should have gotten is there is a sin, there is a penalty for a sin against a cat. Yeah. Not very big by comparison. A much bigger penalty for sinning against a man, and a much greater penalty for sinning against God. Now you might say, but I didn't do anything near to God like what you're describing of the cat and the human. Fair enough. But you sinned against God on Christian theology, and sinning against an everlasting holy God is that serious, even when compared with the death of a man or a death of a cat.
Amen.
I think it still works.
I actually do too. It scales up. It's reasonable, but I'm glad somebody out there to fill a quarterly wrote a paper in defense so that somebody could have content. Make no mistake, academic journals require the content, feed the beast just as much as like YouTube content creators.
I would like to know, seriously, I would like to know what theological items that are absolute garbage, right? I would want to know that to begin with. Mm-hmm. What things that people have said about the Bible or about Moses or about whatever are absolute garbage. And and then which one of those would not exist, would not be in our academics today if it weren't for somebody just wanting to get a dissertation through or an article written? You know what I mean?